You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another live stream. Don't entertain broke minded people. That's right. Don't expect a broke person to give you valid information when they're not fully together themselves. There's a lot of people like that on the internet that have a broke mindset. And there's no way you can learn from somebody who's broke. Don't be that person. Broke people always want you to be poor. They want you to be having nothing. And they don't believe in God. They don't believe in Christ. They don't believe in a higher power. So when you see these retrograded broke people, just know that they broke just because they look like they have certain things. They stole, they project, they destiny swap to get the things that they claim they got on their own merit. No, they didn't get it on their own merit. Broke people love the destiny swap, and you have a lot of content creators who stalk me, monitor me, trying to see what I'm doing, trying to see what's going on in my life, and they upset with their own life. They project. A lot of them is projecting. They have a broke mentality. And I want to say this to Don Godito. You can't help that individual, that entity. Let him stay at the bottom. He wants to stay at the bottom. Let him and his cronies and those over there stay at the bottom. Let them complain, cry, make excuses as to why they're in the situation they're in. That goes for anybody else. We're not entertaining these broke people. We're just calling them out for what it is. And that's all to it. Because you can't make money with these people. You can't make money. They don't care for their own family. Matter of fact, they don't care for their own soul. They've been sold out. They've been sold out. And this is the reason why they're upset with many of you that's trying to figure out how to get better in life. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I tell you to stay on point. Don't give them no time of day. Starve them. Starve them. Starve these broke people. When they come in the chat trying to talk about something that has nothing to do with the content, just remove them. If the moderators don't happen to catch it, just remove them because they waste our time. We don't got time to waste. If people are not willing to learn to better themselves, I'm gonna let them be in the dust. I'm gonna let them be in the dust. I refuse to be around people that don't want to win. I don't have conversations with people if they don't want to win. If they're not trying their best to get out of the situation they in. You gotta let them people be. You gotta move on to bigger and better things, y'all. Don't ever settle for less. Don't ever settle for less. People are in certain situations because of the decisions they make or the people to whom they choose to deal with. You get what I'm saying? I only want to talk to winners. That's who I talk to, winners. People that not only push me to do great, I push them to do great. We push each other to do great. And you always acknowledge those who really support you genuinely. Shout out to my supporters that support me genuinely and that they're continuing to win. Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second, I'll be right back. Shout out to Fabo Studios for gifting 5 people. Yeah, shout out to Fabo Studios for gifting 5 people. Yeah, so like I was saying, Don't entertain these folks. You try to show people this a way of doing the right thing, and they don't know how to be on code. They don't know how to be on code. You can't do business with everybody. And you definitely can't do business with people that have a broke mindset. They have excuses as to why they can't do what they're supposed to do. And then they wonder why they're in the situation they're currently in. You see, me, I don't want to have conversations with people that's not trying to win. People been trying to get my attention behind the scenes. And with all due respect, if you're not trying to show me that you're doing better, then there's no need to conversate. Especially if I knew you for a long time and you're not trying to take the necessary steps to get to where you're supposed to get to, there's no need to conversate. I'm not conversating with regular folks. Regular people want to do regular things. I love to do more than regular things. And listen, a lot of you say that the South is boring. It's not boring to me. Listen, it's not boring to me in the South. I find things to do to keep myself afloat. I can't speak for everyone else. I only can speak for what I know and what I have done. And I have found ways to have fun. Whereas in certain parts of the North, Northwest, there are things you could do too in the Northeast, in the Northwest, or the Midwest. Yeah, you can. However, it's just too much drama that comes with it. And I don't got time for drama. I love things to be strict, organized. It makes you want to do better. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Put a 5 in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Yeah, I'm at the site, y'all. So if I mute, that's because I'm talking to someone and I don't want the conversation to be known. So yeah, put a 5 in the chat if you can hear me good. Look, what these people are trying to do is stop you from your next step. They're trying to. Listen, there's a lot of men. You got women projecting too. Yet there's a lot of men projecting because they so mad that you no longer talk to them. You no longer interact with them. If they're doing better than you, then why they worrying about what you're talking about and what you're saying? Because you're saying something correct. That's why. It irritates them to see that you're still around doing what you're doing. And they got nothing going on. Outside of this internet, a lot of them ain't got nothing going on with their life. The internet has given these people a chance to be something they're not. And see, when you check their track record, they have nothing to show for it. The only reason why they get a lot of views or somewhat support is because these people are miserable. Only miserable people listen to them. No person of high energy or making serious money, making serious moves is listening to most of these channels. They're only going to listen to something they can learn, take, that's going to make them better. They're not going to listen to low vibrational stuff for the most part. And it's a lot of people think low of themselves. And so when you don't think low of yourself, they have a problem with that. They have an issue with that. And see, when you ignore these entities and deities, for the most part, they just want to keep talking about you. They have nothing else to talk about. Their main content is about us now. For the most part, most of these content creators only talk about me, Ringo, and Brainwaves from different sectors of YouTube and people we don't deal with no more. That's who they talk about the most is us. They have nothing else to talk about. And even when they talk about us, they don't get no support. Why? Because the people don't support them. They don't believe anything they say. See, when people support you, they know you speaking the truth. That's why they support. And they have an issue. If I didn't like women like that, then why women support my platform here and there? Why women sometimes support my platform? Why most women that come through still support my platform? If I didn't like women, because they know I stand for truth. And the women that have an issue with me is because they can't have me, or they thought they have certain amount of control over me, and because they can't control the narrative, they flip out. And you're gonna have some sucker for loves who's gonna vouch for them, thinking that they're gonna get something from the women, and they ain't gonna get nothing from the women. They ain't gonna get nothing. They laughing at y'all. Because if I was to be alone, which I'm not, it'll be a whole different ball game with them. See, you wouldn't know that because y'all don't know how to get women to think about you 24/7. You got women only come to y'all with the sap story, and y'all fall for the okie doke, and you thinking that you got something up on me. You don't got nothing up on me. I'm laughing at y'all that follow this trend. For real. So, hey, I've been on for about 13 minutes. Look, I'm going to have me a great time. I'm not going to say too much. For those who know what's up. And watch the haters get mad. Watch they be quiet. They're going to be quiet again. You know why? Because I'm winning. I'm winning, and their life sucks. Their life sucks, Forever Studio. Their life sucks. They realize that this whole entire year, confirmation 11/11, this whole entire almost year, they haven't done nothing productive. They have done nothing productive. You think, hi, how you doing? Good, you? All right. You think I'ma tolerate low lives? They ain't going nowhere in life. They're gonna be stuck. They're gonna be crying on the internet. People that's making moves on the internet got other things going on besides the internet. And you could tell who's really going through it and not doing something to be better at it. And they watch us all the time. It's crazy. People are really, really obsessed over us. And you would think that with their platform, they would better their platform. No. Don Godito, they're going to stay at the bottom forever. Let them stay at the bottom. Let them stay at the bottom, man. They done. Keep doing what you're doing with your platform. Better your platform. You know, other content creators that's getting monetized, man. Look, when you get monetized, man, you got to let the fleas go. Listen, let me tell you something. When you get monetized for the first time, let the fleas go. Don't entertain the fleas. Let them keep talking about you every day because they have nothing else to talk about. That's going to be the rest of their life. It's to talk about you every day. They have nothing else to give to the people. See, I could talk about different things and still draw a decent amount of crowd and a decent amount of support. And that's what they're upset about. And see, they worrying about the women's. I'm not worrying about these women's. I moved on from these women's. They want the women's I used to deal with. That's the crazy part. They want the women's I used to deal with, and they're not even giving them a chance. They're trying to talk to these women's, and these women's won't even give them a chance. That's crazy. You spending all day trying to talk with her for free. For free. That's the thing with these people, man. They don't know how to value their time. You gotta value your time. You gotta know how to capitalize off what you're doing and do it the right way through Christ and God. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that in them. They're not made to win the right way. They're gonna steal. They're gonna project. That's the only way they could get whatever they think they could get. And that's why I know I'm winning, because I have a lot of people talking about me. They're talking about Ringo. They're talking about Brainwaves. That means we winning. See, when we go in on New Broke and anybody else, is to bring out the truth and awareness. We met that clown, so we know him personally from the time we met him. I met that clown twice. You know? So all I'm telling you is that these people, man, they'll lose their mind if they ain't had the internet. If they ain't have the internet to spew their hate. And that's what's going on. They hate truth. They hate correction. They want this country to go down because they've been down and out for the majority of their life. So I'm going to close out by saying, don't entertain these losers. Don't entertain these broke people. Stay away from them. They have nothing for you to offer to your life. They're going to continue to be miserable. And we winning over here. Shout out to my winners over here. Keep winning. Keep grinding. Better days are ahead. Don't let nothing stop you from doing what you love to do. You don't get caught up in these traps and snares, because these people won't bail you out. These same people that say they got love for you, they won't bail you out in time of need. You know why? Because they don't drain you to have nothing. I'll holler at you soon. Brown royalty to the people. We the business.